It's so I've mentioned that these people are trying to get you to accept a reality they put together. Now, at this point, you know that these people are involved in torturing children, which is an aspect that already should immediately knowing that factor, that these people are in a program, involve themselves in a program, regardless if their mother, regardless if their father, that torture and do horrible things to children. Now, as I'm saying that right now, they like to use childlike individual to make noise campaign. For me at least, because when they use this childlike individual, it kind of like to them is a way to counter that if you see these childlike people can do that, and so listen to they block out the reality of what they're part of. As I'm saying that, this childlike people yelling, "You like kids?" These are all things to disorient me, because these people that torture infants, women, children of all ages, try to use different facade could never be seen by me. Why is that? Because they want me to subscribe to this pedophilia type of torture, and the way they've made me try to accept these things has become more and more obvious that they try to manipulate me to accept this. I have multiple personality people who try to sound a certain way. There's this woman, she is literally trying to sound as menacing as possible for me to somehow forget what they do to children. They torture children sexually. They call it being mean. They suffocate children. They call it mean. They do all kind of nastiness to kids. Now, to disorient me in the fact that I know these things, they do all kind of things. As I'm speaking right now, as always, they're saying whatever they need, and I can hear them from the hallways of where I live, to block out the obviousness that this cool trash, which I call them trash for what they involve themselves, regardless how they block it out, are trying to stop me from seeing them for what they truly are, instead of what they've been trying to paint themselves as. 2 seconds ago, as I was listening to my last video about what the horrible things they do to kids, they were trying to create a memory with the new stimulation they make me have. But the age, I'm telling you, they try to make me think of a time when I was just literally 2 months after turning 12 years old. You don't understand, like, has 2 months after I turned 12 years old to try to make me subscribe to this nasty stimulation I'm experiencing today as an adult, 30-year-old adult, 30 plus. I'm closer to my 40s than my 30. These people who have shown over and over that they do this pedophilia type of tormenting, forcing you to experience disgusting stimulations. This is systematically done to others. These people who not only torture children, do sexual torture toward children, renowned for their pedophilia type of tormenting, rewire people's brain to think of children in so many disgusting ways. I'm trying to say, what you're experiencing today as an adult, 30 plus year old man or adult, is what you used to experience when you were a child, as young as even 9 years old. And then now, right now, they try to make me think of some moments when I was 12 years old, to make themselves feel that this is validation. And they use always the most childlike sounding individual to try to get you to subscribe to it. And they have this pattern of tactics. It's very systematic. Things are going to be very idiotic and illogical. Send somebody who sounds that way. Boom. She start yelling, "Oh, we are." And that's how they sound. It's our torture. They use repetition in so many ways. And now we are. That's how they sound. I'm not even just trying to mock them. And then you hear this other woman, or whatever she is, actually sounds sickly, but she used her sound, the sickliness of how she sound, to sound menacing. "Oh, I told her, you're gonna be tortured. We're gonna bleed for it." I said, first of all, I'm bleeding because this employer of mine put me in this program. I'm gonna bleed for them. You make children bleed, hurt, sick, torment. That's what you do. I'd rather hurt like these children hurt than live like you. Suffocate like these children suffocate than live like you. These people are not the healthiest people. Some of them I literally I can hear the sickness, the condition they have. They sound, some of them either they haven't slept well, but they don't, and they use that moment, the sound to sound menacing. These people don't know how they're gonna die. They don't know when they're gonna die, but they know everything about your torment, and they've been trying to cover up the fact that they're part of a program that does horrible things to even children, but try to differentiate themselves. Also, no, we're doing it for what you did as a child. These people who torture children, target individuals, these people hurt children. They've done so horrible and are still doing horrible things to kids, and they try to make you accept this manipulation. Right now, what they're doing, they're making me think of me just turning 12 years old. I remember I was at a party, a Christmas party. It's New Year's Christmas party here at uncle house. 12 years old. Just turned 12 2 months prior. I remember seeing a little my cousin's little girl. They're trying to give me the stimulation they make me have today. They can manipulate me this way, creating the sexual stimulation that I'm experiencing today because of what they make me experience, and say we match it to them, to you when you just turned 12 years old. These people who do the pedophilia type of torture. Now, how do you think I'm going to take this? As, oh, you matched it to me when I was a kid, just turned 12 now? It's falsified. I know. You give a new version of it with the stimulation I'm getting today. I understand you can do that. They've done that to me like 3 years ago. 5 years ago, before August 19, 2019, shortly before that. And they're like, oh, we have so much proof. You have proof that about me as a child? Well, I have proof that a grown woman today has said that they do this pedophilia type of torture. They have completely forgot how trash they are, but that's better because the surprise is better. They know everything's going to happen to me. Do you know I can pull up right now, and which I will, a woman, which you've heard, saying that they make her smell baby powder and do the pedophilia type of torture. So are they saying they make me smell baby powder and bring me back to when I was 12 years old? Is it? Do you understand how delusional these people are? The reality is they force people to experience pedophilia ways of thinking and perceiving children. However they try to camouflage it. It's what they do. To try to go into a memory of you as a child and try to add this stimulation and put your little thing, and you're like, oh, not real, that's really you. That was your memory when you were 12 years old. Do you know that at that party, I remember crying to my father. That's how much of a child I was. I remember crying to my father because my uncle was mean to me. And these people who do the pedophilia type of tormenting said, no, we matched it to them. When you're crying to your father about your uncle grabbing your arm, my arm, my wrist, you hear the noise campaign because we say wrist. You hear this banging. How obvious is this is manipulation? How is it not obvious that these people are doing manipulation of some sort? So when I'm going to see them, the person that's doing this, am I going to think, oh, he's not in the program that torture children or women? Hey, nothing makes me more feel violent than when I know they do torturing children and women, and they're here trying to make me subscribe to this. My uncle grabbed my arm a little bit, like with a little bit of. I was like, oh my God! I went to cry to my father. That's how much of a child I was. And you know what they said to counter that? Oh no, this is where we matched it to. There is. Try to sound as, oh, it's so obvious. We just match it to you when you just turned 12, duh. This is a grown man who's supposed to make you sell this BS. Because he knows that I know they do the pedophilia type of torture, and now they're like, no, this is you when you were a kid. You know, that's so obvious. delusional. To my target individual, if this makes sense to you, bring up the testimonies of people saying they do the like, no, this you when you were just like 12 years old. It's obvious. They have dumbed themselves down to that point to accepting this thing that they want you to go to that level. These people who no one need to torture but torture children. And they think I'm gonna look at them as like you where in the F do you think what do you think I'm gonna look at you as? Do you think I'm a disaster you from what you do or what you're part of? Do you understand how delusional it is? To the point where they're like, because they've been talking about my wrist. They are doing things to my wrist. I can see my there's a level, there's something's happening to my wrist. It's probably gonna be messed up. And they're like, oh, we say wrist. You see, remember your uncle grabbing your wrist. That's proof. It's like, what? You just try to create some weird connection. But the fact that these people are trying to make me subscribe that what I'm experiencing today is what I experienced when my uncle grabbed my arm like that. A kid who just turned 12, 2 months prior. Do you understand? These grown people have no shame. They somehow think I'm here thinking that these people are just analyzing to just figure. No, they are trying to find out how they can manipulate me. They've created this memory with this version. As me as 12 years old, can you imagine? It's just disgusting, giving me sensation stimulation. I know it's not what I was experiencing, but they can create this version. And they try to frustrate me. It's like, what do you think? I'm gonna be frustrated when I see you? You think I'm gonna be like, oh, this guy just matched it when I was 12 years old. And you know what they do to counter? Oh, they're gonna rape you. Exactly. Whatever's gonna happen to me is coming from people who torture children and who have done pedophilia type of torture. And by the way, the reason why I'm in this program where these people who do these horrible things to even children is because my employer put me here. That's why you can't even say Roy Moore. And they use this menacing voice. Oh, they're gonna rape you. It's like, good try to disorient me. Yes, whatever's gonna happen to me is gonna happen to me. But no, I'm not gonna subscribe to your pedophilia type of torture. I'd rather get raped every day than try to make somebody subscribe to these things in this illogical way, when in fact this individual you try to manipulate to accept these things, tortured, knows that you torture children, knows that you suffocate kids, knows that you're in the program that does that. Even if you personally haven't done that, your colleagues have it. The program you're in does that. So do your ways of talking. Reality comes back. It's just embarrassing. Before I used to be like, oh my gosh, I'd be frustrated. So no, it's not. It makes no sense. And they'll be like, yeah, no, it's true. There is. I'm like, this is the people who do the pedophilia type of torture talking to you. Don't even waste your time. They've manipulated your memories from. These people don't even want to be seen at this point because I'm just beyond validated. While they're talking about, Christmas 2000. Yes, you felt that. Yes, Christmas 2000. Using whatever nonchalant voice they can. No, there is that. No, you felt that. That was that. That's what you felt. You now in 2023. No, in 2000, Christmas 2000, you felt that moment. Remember when you saw that? Yes, you felt that. And it made me feel this thing. And you hear people doing this. No, 2000. Yes, December. That is what, and you hear these people say, "Oh, you're gonna play for it. You're gonna play for it." Do you understand how gimmicky and obvious they use these warnings of torture to try to get you to accept this? It's like, oh, keep torturing him. Wow. Oh my God, children are so safe with you guys. These are the people who can't even say Roy Moore. It's so humiliating. And to add to all the cherry on top of the cherry, finding out these agencies contracting this trash are filled with pedophiles. Well, me, they're like, oh no, 2000. No, you felt that in 2000, December 2000. Yes, Christmas 2000. We matched it. Yeah, yeah. Right before you wanted to cry to your father because your uncle grabbed your arm a little too hard. That's when you felt it. Yes, these people. You see the humiliations. You understand they're gonna create a theater to block out the embarrassing life they have to live. Imagine see a grown ass man try to make you subscribe to this, looking at you. I'm like, oh my gosh, you. I rather give. What a humiliating life to live. What a humiliating way to just try to make somebody subscribe. This is embarrassing to even try to. And you see who's talking to you. Sad, pathetic people. But of course, I'm gonna be tortured because you are a contracted trash from the government that can do things to people. And so me, for the theater, you'll do everything. Even if they're we're gonna cut your head for it. They'll do it just to create this fantasy. Oh, his head was cut. So that's proof. Well, these people are in the program that rewire people's brain into all these disturbing ways and actually torture children. But no, we cut his head. Keep cutting his head. No, there's no escape. It's coming back for this. It's always coming. There'll be a comeback for that. Me, I understand. I need to remember the reality of things as much as they try to frustrate me to these retardations of things. I need to put things back in reality. Yes, these people are trying to make me subscribe to it based on this illogicalness of everything, as they match using this trash that's empowered by this technology, can rewire your brain in all these different ways and manipulate even your memories. I understand that. I get it. They can do that. I fully understand that they can do that. But the reason why they're doing this to me, the reason why they damn match, is because this employer put me in this program. And now they're a full-on fantasy world. And the more I'm being manipulated, the harder for me to put things in perspective. My memories are for them to play however they want. But to try to use you as a child, or your perception, not even try to create a false memory as you and as a child of that young. Interesting. Now it's true. We proved that. That's it. We proved. Look, 2000. Yes, December, Christmas 2000. Christmas 2000, we proved. Well, I'm here listening to this woman say, they've been doing this pedophilia type of torture. What? No, we matched it to him. 2000, Christmas 2000, here. You see again? You see that? Where when you hear almost all target individuals are forced to see child porn, and no, that's we proved it. Christmas 2000 now, yeah, there. When you hear this trans woman say they forced me, changed me to be something else, make me having thoughts of no, we proved Christmas 2000 there, we proved. When there's a woman with children say they do this program of perversion aimed toward children, no, we dare, we matched it to 2000, it's daring. To my target individual, know that these people have no level of shamelessness. They don't care how trashy and retardation it looks like. They don't care about that until they're seen for what they are in front. That's what. When you hear what they do to children, when it's obvious that they do, I will never let them live their fantasy. I'd rather die in the ways they tell me I'm gonna die than having to live the way they live. And I understand there's a sense of safety when you do that as a group. If you do this nastiness together, you feel better about it. That's why the genocides and these things, when it's done in group, is easier. And you think these people who do this genocides and everything will do it by themselves? No, it takes, if they see other people be stooping to that level, everybody can do that. I see my coworkers don't even like to be on camera anymore. Because I see them for what the F they are. This technology cannot erase how obvious these things is. I'm not here to let them live their fantasy. I'm the vessel that they. So I've said it before. I think that I'm a vessel. I think we all have a purpose in life, and I find dignity in my purpose, because my dignity is to show these people who wanted to live this fantasy what they're truly part of. Because my employer knew what this part, my employer who put me in this program knew. He's like, they're going to do this, they're going to try to manipulate, they're going to rewire his brain, they're going to find ways to make him, they know how this thing goes. They're going to try to find a way to make him subscribe to these pedophilia things that he's experiencing today. Even if he means, oh no, you felt like that when you were December, the 2000 December, that's, you felt like that. To create the stimulation. It's so disgusting, I know. And then try to like create a mimic in a certain way that it creates sexual stimulation. It's disgusting. I know that I can never have that memory back, but this is me when I just turned 12 years old. So I don't even care too much about that. But you gotta understand, they have no shame. In their mind, this is how we create patterns. Oh, this pattern, no, December 2000, you felt something like that. It's like, first of all, it's manipulated. Okay. They've tried to even, it's not even this, was it December? Oh my gosh, never mind. December 1999. So apologies. There's not even this, so it's December 1999, right before 2000. 99, in 1999 of December, you felt this way. In 1999, that's what you felt, remember? And then they try to actually talk about the next year. No, in the December 2000, you felt that. Trying to create these things. It's pathetic. Just to try to force me to create this, and then it's so pathetic. It's me as a child. That young, 99. December 99. Some of this, it goes back as me in 96, 97. I'm in my 30s. Do you understand how young that means? I was. It's so sad. And they're like, oh no, but you felt it in 97, you felt it in 99, and in 2001. Sorry, in 2000 and in 2001. You see, that's the pattern. These people are so pathetic. I'm a 30-some-year-old man. So make the math, create that math and understand what that it means. It means I was a kid. In 1999, 2000, and 2001. That's where they said that. That's where you felt it. That's when you felt delusional. And it's like, no, that's a pattern. When it's fraudulent, it manipulate me to have this stimulation. But as that young, we talk about preteen, we talk about early teen, and this is so pathetic. And in my mind, they are trying to create a pattern. Do you understand the humiliating life that they live? While they are in the agencies filled with pedophiles doing all these things. 1990, Christmas 1999. Okay, the 90s. Target individual, we can all live a dignified life, but this is the most pathetic things. And they try to, and then the thing is, it's not even true. They making me feel these feelings and implanting that in my memories as that young. The worst is when they do, like when I'm in third grade, 97. It's ridiculous. To all my target individuals, these people are telling me to kill myself while they're doing this. Whatever's going to happen to me, please understand, if I ever end up doing that, it's because I'm actually physically tortured. But these people who can cry over just because this reality is being taken away from them, who could kill themselves in a heartbeat. I'm talking about some of the most fragile human beings involved in this program, meaning doing these things to people. Finding empowerment in this. A grown woman tell me you'll pay for it. She's in a program that torture children. Doing horrible things. Well, means like, no, you felt like that in 97. In 99 too. In 2000 and 2001, you felt those, remember? this is delusional. What they manipulate my memories, and me as a kid, and they start sounding a certain ways. Oh no, we proved it. We prove to all my target individuals. I know this is not only something this is also a venting moment for me, but also to tell any target individuals that is forced to think in this illogical way. Remember who's talking to you and the illogicalness of what they try to make you subscribe to. They not only make me think that this is what I experienced as a kid, but also manipulate my memories of me as a kid to match to what I'm experiencing today. There is no way in shape like that you can look at it as like these people are not full of BS, because they torture children and women. I know these people are just the perps. They are perps. They are perp. That is their job. Then you hear these people in the hallways making noise, and you know they do these things to you, and they are torturing you into accepting this. And in a program that does horrible things to men and women, some of them are children, some of them are parents doing this to women with children. Some of them will be doing this to children. They are foul human beings, and this is why I'm making these videos, because there will be a point I will not be able to make this video. So for me, I will use this moment to not only record what's happening to me, testify, but also vent, but also when they have delusion themselves into thinking I'm not seeing them for what they are, please understand what I'm going to see you as. You are a low life bottom feeders that do these things that you're going to hear while you talk about me. 97, 99, 2000, 2001. That was you. We matched it. When they manipulate the memories, and even if it's not even like, even to use those young age to try to make you accept to what you experience today, it shows how delusional and fraudulent they are. And they're like, done, you lose. Lose what? My brain is out here trying to make me subscribe to this thing about me in December 1999. I'm in my 30s, by the way, mid-30s. Do you understand what it means? Delusional. So to all my target individuals, stay strong and know that justice will be done. Listen to what they do.
It's somebody trying to end my life. It's somebody trying to end who I am as a person. It's somebody trying to take over my mind, putting thoughts of pedophiles. Like this disgusting thing. You saw where I was going with that first word. Disgusting things that I don't even want to talk about because it makes me sick. I don't even like those words in my mind. But it is what it is. So I have no choice now but to acknowledge that there are people in my surroundings or whatever they're doing. I don't know how they do it. I don't care. I don't know if it's through weapons. I don't know. I don't care. I just don't want it. I don't want it in my
Bible. Literally, just trying to keep myself alive to get me to the day when I can be free from this torture. Every day has been a miracle of survival. I also experience what is referred to as malodorance. This is the alteration of the smell sensation so that I am often made to smell various things, including smoke, burning, dirty diaper, or baby powder, which they sometimes combine with the pedophilia type of torture, including the threat of planted dreams, projection of voices, noises, and music directly into my mind to communicate with me in real time and at the speed of thought. And it also includes the manipulation of thoughts, emotions, and perceptions in the person's mind. Additionally, the targeting is all highly perverted, and when severe, the zaps to the genitals feel as though someone is electrocuting my genitals repeatedly. I also often see highly disturbing pornographic images and videos, including highly disturbing pedophilia type of images and videos when I close my eyes.
Such torture, the techniques are more psychologically specialized for each target. Most common examples include homosexual targets that are forced with voices that are derogatory to their lifestyle and similar mental images. Almost all targets are forced to view child pornography in their minds.
They would make the kids act out the kinds of torture that would later be done on me. For For example, they would also sometimes make her bite her hand, threatening to make me bite my hands, as they often do. One day, she had a large, severe bite mark on her arm. She has also grabbed her crotch, saying, "Ow," and this was used to threaten me with severe sexual torture. One day I also observed her gasping for air a few times in the same way that I do when I am being more severely suffocated. The suffocation had been in a mild state for a while up until this point. Many of their torture methods are cyclical in severity. Right after I saw this child being suffocated, then I began to experience very extreme suffocation all day, every day, for about 2 months straight, and that's also when they made it worse when I eat. Then I also work with a 4-year-old little girl with Down syndrome, as well as her 5-year-old sister, who also has Down syndrome. I observed both of these girls suddenly grabbing their genitals in pain and verbalizing, "Ow." I observed this at least on 1 or 2 occasions for each of them during their I also have had a couple of kids that experienced zaps of pain to their hands as they covered the sore spot with their other hand, saying, "Ouch," while the V2K in my head crotch and leaned forward in his chair. Then he made a frightening grimace of severe pain. I asked him what was wrong and if he needed to use the restroom, but he said no to having to use the restroom and was not able to verbalize anything more due to his language delay. He looked puzzled and bewildered. Even though I had stated that it was time to do more work right before this incident, I quickly just let him play another game, and he quickly returned to his joyful, happy self again. In other sessions, he has also grabbed his crotch and said, "Ow," while looking up at me.
You heard the systematic manipulations, which include the pedophilia type of torture, but also what they do to children. Now, this is not one of, few. There's a lot of torment that is pedophilia-centric that they've done to people. It's almost a pattern of torture. For me, to talk about, in 97, you felt like that? In 99, December of 99, you felt like that? 2000 and 2001. You understand? They tried to make me subscribe to this as me as a child. While they know they manipulate memories, and on top of that, they torture children, and they actually do the pedophilia type of torture. Doesn't end there. They call me, I'm their pedo. Now, I obviously understand that this program, is ran by the Department of Defense. I know agencies such as DARPA are agencies in charge of this technology. I'm obviously aware that this is a program ran by this intelligence community. The people around me are just contracted to do what they're supposed to do. I see them for what they are, contracted trash who try to make you subscribe to the manipulation, and they're going to disturb me to the point of until the end. I see them truly for what they are. They call being a war, they're not a war, they're just contracted to do what they're supposed to do. This is what they do. This is how they try to make people subscribe to this. It's illogical and disturbing, but that's their job. They're not in a job to become logical, rational people. They're here to pretend to make you subscribe to these things. They're here to make you to accept these things. That's why they can use childlike individual. Because who is the most delusional individuals? Who can easily create who is the most illogical? You understand? But they're gonna make a mistake where they're gonna think that it made sense to me. Regardless of all the testimonies I've heard, they made more sense. That's not going to happen. But my brain is there for them to manipulate however they are. But the second I even hear what they do to children, it's crazy. But now let's listen to our pedo. Who is their pedos? Listen to the awkward things they've said. Because as they're trying to make me subscribe to this pedophilia type of torture, there's actually a pattern of pedophilia that's been ongoing in these agencies they are contracted by. While they're trying to put things together the way they put things together, falsify it in creations of their version of reality. Falsify as it gets. Please listen to that.
Only one one actually served any jail time for this. One employee had sexual contact. This is one employee of the CIA had sexual contact with a 2-year-old and a 6-year-old. He was simply fired. One employee purchased sexually explicit videos of young girls filmed by their mothers. He resigned. One employee estimated that he had viewed up to 1,400 sexually abusive images of children while on agency assignments. Not sure what actions, if any, were taken by him. One contractor arranged for sex with an undercover FBI agent. I think that you mentioned that. Posing as a child, he had his contract revoked. One CIA staffer was charged with child sexual crimes, and the employee was also under investigation for mishandling classified material. The CIA did not answer detailed questions, saying,
we don't want those secrets coming out in court. We know the FBI does this time and again, just like in the Kyle Rittenhouse case, where the FBI was able to testify off camera, completely in silent, and then their testimony was stricken from the record, so we couldn't even get a public review of what the transcript was, what the FBI testimony was in the Kyle Rittenhouse case, because we know they were conducting surveillance of this entire thing. It's the exact same thing, and I was told behind the scenes in that case, they said we don't want our operations spilling out into court and people talking about it on YouTube. That's a direct quote.
wow. Okay, here's more from this, and we'll finish this and then move on to the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. But sexual crimes involving children, says BuzzFeed, including the viewing of images of abuse, have been uncovered at other agencies that handle sensitive information. In a November 2009 report, the Department of Defense acknowledged that dozens of Pentagon staff members or contractors had such images. In 2014, the Inspector General of the Intelligence Community found that 2 officials from the National Reconnaissance Office, which oversees America's spy satellites, acknowledged viewing images of child sexual abuse during polygraph examinations. This is so disturbing. At a symposium in 2016, Daniel Payne, a top Pentagon security official, said that when workers' computers were examined, the amount of child porn I see is just unbelievable. Is this something that is happening for whatever reason with more frequency in our intelligence agencies, or is this something that is more pervasive in the general population than I originally realized? I mean, what's going on here? This is bizarre. Remember, it's so evil.
Allie, we're told, and when I was put through recruitment into the intel community, you're put through polygraphs, you're put through a rigorous selection process. Why aren't these people weeded out? Why are so many pedophiles allowed to be given top-level security clearance? Remember, these aren't just people walking in off the street and saying, hey, can I get hired? Can I get a job? You're put through an extremely rigorous background check screening process. It's called an SSBI, single scope background investigation. There are people, they interview you, they interview your family, they interview your contacts, they go through your online footprint, they go through everything. So why is it that when they're going through these footprints, they're not checking, these digital footprints, they're not checking for so many pedophiles getting through their ranks? If it were up to me, you need to go into Congress, and Congress needs to launch a brand new church committee, number one, to talk about domestic surveillance operations, but number two, to ask the question, why are there so many pedophiles sitting behind those computer screens within the walls of Langley, within the Pentagon, and throughout the broader intelligence community?
Johnson, you're fine.
This is their pedos, and this is the reality they've been trying to block out and counter. I couldn't even talk about what they're trying to counter what I just heard. But here is who runs this show. At least this is the entities that runs the show. Why is there so many pedophiles in these entities